Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another action figure review. This is going to be of the Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars The Mandalorian New Republic Security Droid, which was in episode 6 of season 1, I believe, the Prison Break episode. These were pretty cool. I always like when Black Series has these droid figures. They're usually my favorites of the year whenever they make certain droids. And this was actually a relatively recent announcement. I feel like this was like less than 6 months ago this was announced. And then we finally got it. I got mine from Amazon recently. Some of the new Black Series figures are slated for like a year after the pre-orders drop. So hopefully that means some Black Series are going to be having some more recent reveals as opposed to, a year after the pre-orders drop. Anyway, let's take a look at the packaging. Top half just says Star Wars The Black Series. It's standard for the newer Black Series boxes. Figure in the box, we do have some contents there, just mostly a blaster with the figure. Bottom half does say Star Wars The Mandalorian New Republic Security Droid. Warning, choking hazard, ages 4 and up, Hasbro logo. Bottom here just says Star Wars The Black Series with that orangish, brownish color right there. On this side here, very cool artwork where it's a gradient, the top half of it being gray and the bottom half being that orangish, brownish color there. And it's a cool artwork of the security droid with the name right there on the bottom. Here's the back of the packaging. Just giving you a quick wide shot. Top half here says Star Wars The Black Series New Republic Security Droid. Multilingual read up if you want to pause and read that right now. On the right there is that same image that was on the front of the box. Here's the bottom half. It is number 23 out of the Mandalorian figures we have from Black Series so far. Very cool. Do have Disney and Hasbro logos on the bottom right. Here's a barcode in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. Here's the figure out of the box, and this is a really awesome droid figure. It's not the exact same as K2SO, but they definitely borrowed some notes from that figure for this one here, and I think it's all better for it. 25 bucks good though? We'll have to wait and see throughout the review. Let's take a look at the accessory that it comes with. We'll take a closer look at the figure. Now, already accessory-wise, it is not worth 25 bucks if you ask me, because we only get one blaster. Granted, they really didn't do much besides shoot a blaster in the show, so I get it, but still, the price hike is really killing me here. So, I can't say this is exactly the same DH-17 that we've gotten in the past. From memory, this honestly looks a little bit different, but I could be completely wrong. It's the exact same. We do have some paint at the muzzle and barrel, as well as on the scope right there, I should say. And we have some pretty good details of sculpting in the handle, as well as other parts that I'm not exactly remembering the names of. Parts of a gun right now. That looks like a safety. Everything else is just molded in this dark gray plastic, and it's not really that great looking of plastic. But there are some details in there to make it pretty nice. The figure itself is really nice looking too. I really like the overall sculpt of the head here. I will say everything here for this color is, it's just kind of like it looks a little glossy, but it's just mostly a solid lighter gray color compared to, admittedly, some nice metallic dark gray here. I just wish that we also had some metallic looking right here. I don't remember exactly what they look like, so maybe this look of this lighter gray is accurate. And we have some details on the back, like whatever this is a darker metallic gray with some yellow, dark yellow. I just saw the New Republic logo right there, looking really sick, actually. The visor piece, or not really visor, but you know what I mean. The eyes, it's just one bright yellow line painted in there with a nice antenna. All that sculpting, like I said, with some nice lines and panels, looking really sick. There's the metallic silver in the neck, which is a little bit different from what we have on this part of the chest, with that darker yellow, a little bit of some darker yellow right here on the on that chest. I do like how it's designed and how Hasbro translated that design with these pieces right here on the shoulders. Oh, that looks really sick. We do have some darker yellow paint that is pretty clean here on this shoulder pad. These are soft plastic. Sometimes the shoulder pads are, they move on their own compared to the actual arm. But actually, as you see here, the way that whatever this is shaped fits perfectly with the hinge for the shoulder. So this is going to move with the shoulder pretty much no matter what you do. That's just a heads up right there. And we have some metallic silver in the shoulders too, looking really nice. We have clear plastic joints here, very similar to how K2SO is done, and that's good, so that way there's no like solid color here to look inaccurate. And they don't really mess with articulation like they're too tight or anything, so that's good. I like the hand. Again, I just wish this looked a little bit better. I could see like something with the plastic, almost like pearlized in the plastic. It's very subtle. It's not as bad as sometimes Marvel Legends, you know. But yeah, I think some metallic paint would have helped hide that. You could see, I think there's something a little bit off with my left elbow peg here, just because you could see that piece is kind of wanting to fall out, or not really fall out, but it doesn't look as straight down as that one does, you know. It's a little bit crooked if you see that line in, crease in there. But I think I could fix that with some hot air and just push that through. I think it should be fine. Here's what the other hand looks like. So you really, it's not an ambidextrous, you know, character. I don't think it was, but it would have been nice if maybe, you know, they gave an extra hand just to help ease the $25 price, if I'm being honest. There's that New Republic logo again from the back on the front now. I really like what they did with the stomach here with these overlapping panels, as well as the wiring going on in here. So there's a ball joint in here, and I think, I can't see very well, but it looks like all this, the soft plastic for the wiring is draped over like the hard sculpt of the stomach. And I think the way it doesn't come out is that it has this like, it's basically this bridge in the sculpting to go into the ball joint in there. And then, yeah, it just moves on its own. Or, it doesn't really move, actually, I should say. You don't have to worry too much about the wires getting snagged too much. Only a little bit, but, you know, then you maneuver it a little bit and it will fix itself right now. So that's really cool. That's what the back of the, what would be the spine, looks like. I forgot to mention that light blue right there. Could have some little better, a little bit of a better paint, whatever is going on here with these panels. We have this little, it's not a canister, but it looks like one, with a little bit of yellow paint there. This is all a flat plastic here, which is slightly soft plastic for whatever this belt would be, and I just dragged my thumbnail across that and just left a huge indent, if you saw right there. So that's a massive yikes there. But all that looks good. Yeah, I dig that. It's not, I don't know what you know, certain names of these would be, like pockets and whatnot. Not really, I guess, because it doesn't need pockets. But all that looks nice. It does look a little different compared to this. Like, this is a lot more matte compared to that. But we have these upper thigh, hip areas that have some really nice metallic silver, like hard plastic pieces, covering all the legs. You see inner workings in there that are not painted. I think that's accurate. I'm not going to knock it too much, because if it's not accurate, you know, how that gray looks, then this will cover most of that, so it's fine. And then that's what the side of the leg looks like. It looks really sick. So the actual sculpting is pretty good overall. I don't think the sculpting is like soft or anything. It's mostly just, you know, the plastic they're using to mold this. We have clear joints for the knees, all the way down to what would be the calves. Looking nice. Some nice panels and lines, and all that. And then we have a clear peg for the ankles too. We also have what the feet would look like. These look sick. So the top look like with some of the panel lines. That's what the bottom looks like. It does have some peg holes at the bottom of the feet, which is nice in case you need some. What the back of the legs look like. I don't know if I showed that off, but even though I'm not a big fan of how the this is molded with how its plastic looks mostly, the actual sculpting in the figure is really sick looking. And here is what the 360 looks like for that. Articulation could be a little better, but some areas are decent, and you get as good of a range as you should for a character like this, which has a swivel here at the head, and then it's a slight ball joint going up into the head, but you're mostly going to get that rotation and ball joint movement into what would be the chest. So this is about what the tilt's going to look like. The up is actually pretty decent. The down could be better, but it's not bad, and it just popped out there. I assume pops in super easy. And then rotation, no problems there. Arms go all the way around here at the shoulders. And then they go actually almost straight out. So that's actually really sick. And the upper arm swivel is here. A single joint elbow swivel here at the wrist, as well as a hinge that far and that forward for the wrist. That's for the other side too. We have that ball jointed waist like I mentioned, and it is pretty smooth. There's no tightness, so that's really sick. It swivels just fine. The back motion, if I zoom out a little bit, that's about what it's going to look far back. It could be better. The arm kind of gets in the way. And then this far forward, it is almost non-existent. But there is some pivot in there. Even though these, it seems like they're kind of wide joints, like how like 2008 Marvel Legends would be. It seems like it also has a T-joint in there. I don't know what engineering they did for the leg, but it actually works really well to kick out all the way. And it kind of is sacrificing splits, which I don't think it really needs. There is an upper thigh swivel in here. And we do have a swivel right here at what would be the thigh. Single joint knee that gets 90. And then we have a hinge downward, a hinge upward. All that's amazing. And we do have like a traditional pivot, like with some of the early 2000s Toy Biz Marvel Legends. However, it's a little tight on both my feet. For size comparisons on the left, that is K2SO from Rogue One, which I believe is one of the tallest droids we've had in the Black Series line. And the security guard is pretty tall, but definitely not as tall as you could see compared to K2SO. Right next to the security droid on the right, that is Q90. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter. Far left, Black Suit Spider-Man, which actually, since Black Series run a little bit shorter than Marvel Legends, I think they're really close to the same height, if not the security droid being a little bit shorter. And the droid is a little bit taller than a figure like the far right, which would be the first ever Black Series Mando. Overall, this is a very solid figure. In the Black Series line, some of my favorite stuff to get are the droids. They usually do a great job, and this figure is no exception. The biggest problem I have with it is just mostly its price. It is pretty pricey now, just like a lot of standard 6-inch figures from Hasbro. $25 for an army builder that only comes with one blaster is a little steep if you ask me. I would definitely wait if you want a good deal, just to wait and see if this drops in price in a little bit on places like Amazon and other retailers I can't think of right now. But it is a solid figure. Mostly the lighter gray plastic that's throughout the character is a little rough. It doesn't look horrible. It just doesn't have great paint apps. But there's different decals, like the New Republic logo. That's really sick. Other parts like the stomach and the hips and the shoulders, all of that has some great metallic silver in it. And it's overall a really fun figure to mess around and pose with, even though the articulation mostly in the knees and elbows is a little hindered. You can get him into pretty much any pose you need. $25, like I said. I have links down in the description below where to get this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.